So grab an avocado and undo the bolt at the top that holds the peel together. And then another way to approach this is to use the power of gravity. Oh, I got one of those GMO avocados that has the cilantro built inside it. And we'll take a lime. You can go with just a dash if you want. Then take a half cup of dark chocolate slab and slam those through the bowl. I'm gonna take a big yellow onion, preferably the kind with garlic built in the middle. If you want to do it at twice the speed and half the time, you can also use a set of whisk chucks. Now we'll take some air friction roasted bread. If you don't like canned rice, you can go hunting inside the crusty old crag of a log and pull out a rice nugget, then break that down into ricicles. Now we'll roll out the black beans. Now we'll scrape the bark off a cumin tree. I get my milk from this synthetic udder I had installed in my kitchen. Grab yourself a raspberry pod and smash it into raspberry nuggets. Potato chips come from potatoes. You can make them by smashing a potato against the wall or by smashing a potato against a potato. Now we'll fire up the old butter drill and get that cob covered with the power of machinery. If you want to make a less classic paloma, you can take a grapefruit. Whoops! You want to keep it whole because the small grapefruit packets are too sweet on their own. Oh wait, I forgot I do have a shaker. Goodbye, Aunt Winnie. Crack 2 eggs in a bowl, and if you drop in a piece of the shell, you can get it out with another piece of shell, or with 9 forks, or with a pair of eggshell tweezers. You can also get a piece of shell out by using the gravitational pull of a bigger piece of shell. If you bought crustless bread, you can always attach crusts with the power of gravity. If you have strong walls and want to save time, you can also smash off the potato crust. Also make sure you shuffle them before putting them in the water so they don't taste predictable. When you're pressing the dough around the edges like this, make sure you haven't committed a crime recently because your fingerprints will be all over it. And make sure you take any loose change or keys out of the pocket before eating. Classic flavors of rosemary and a pinch of thyme. And then I'll pop out the apple corn and add some of that in there. We'll punch these into somewhat even geometrical chunks. If you don't like wang jangling, you can always tie your whisk to a string and twist it up to make an auto spang jangler. This one's a bit small. Let's rehydrate this one. Obviously, a much easier way to get the rings is to smash the onion against a wall. Make sure to remove the layer of scotch tape that keeps the onion rings together. Now we'll light some candles, take a piece of bread, and toast it the old-fashioned way. And then we'll just smash that into crumbs, and then those go into a bowl. If you're gonna make a lot of these, you might want to consider investing in a battering ram. By the way, this recipe's inside my book. I'm using peanut oil, and we'll cut that open to harvest the melon caviar, sometimes called blueberries on account of them being purple. You never want to let your chef's knife think it's the boss of the kitchen. Then test to see if it's a ball based on whether or not it will bounce. Yep, that's a ball. And if you want to look stylish and approachable when you're out on the town, feel free to wear a cinnamon bun. And if you accidentally made a cinnamon roll, just spray it with some holy water. It's with a can of evaporated milk. Whoops. All right, let's get that back together. Now take your broken wooden dagger and if you don't like holding things and you don't have a stand mixer, you can make a duct tape mixer instead. You can hold the cheese with a fork if you have a fear of touching cheese. You can use elbow macaroni, or in a pinch you can take some macaroni string and twist it into the right shape. For this I captured a wild scallion. Take a standard semi-porous drinking glass and just do a slam, bam, thank you pomegranate. You can also cut 3 holes in the top to make a pepper pomegranate and just sprinkle those seeds out. If you have semi-permeable shells, you can just kind of throw them right through. Take a tomato, use a magnifying glass to dry it out. Fun fact, yeast can make any object rise. Just sprinkle some on and... So now let's clean up. Or just put everything in a bag and hide it under the sink. The only thing left to do is give it the crispiness test. Not bad.